legislative day. I guess it's all.
It was really quiet.
Okay, we're live. This is the conference committee on H68, the T-bill for FY25. And I think we're just gonna make sure we're okay with everything and finish up. I think there was some new language about EVSE regulation on a verbal report, and that not everybody has seen, so maybe we should just do that. I don't know if there's anything else that we need to go over. If our ledge council can put it up, or you need permission.
Definitely invite me.
And this was, remember, we had weights and measures come in and talk about the regulations and how they're complying with the federal regulations on this. But we wanted to make sure that that was happening in a way that was going to be helpful for EVSE rollout. All consumers knew what they were getting and the signage, which is all kind of covered in the federal regulations. So this is just having that.
Yeah, this is, I think, just really just so that to give them the message, like, we want them to come in next session with some updates. Yeah.
Jen Kirby, Office of Legislative Counsel. So this is the revised language. This has Agency of Transportation in charge, not Agency of Agricultural Food and Markets, but they're still consulted. So this would have by March 1st of next year, AOT in consultation with all the same parties, Agency of Agriculture, ACCD, Department of Public Service, Public Utility Commission, the Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division, Drive Electric Vermont, and EVSE industry participants provide testimony to your two committees and other legislative committees upon request regarding what regulations, if any, should be placed on EVSE that is available to the public, both that is owned and operated by an electric distribution utility and that is not owned and operated by an electric distribution utility. How best to ensure that consumers are being charged accurately for the electricity they receive. How best to ensure that vendors are properly charging consumers for the electricity they receive and disclosing any additional costs that may apply, and any recommendations for legislative action to address state regulation of EVSE.
That's good to me.
And we checked with AOT, who I think checked with Ag, that they were okay with this as well. So I think that, unless there's something else that anybody has questions on or any remaining agreements, I think we've kind of agreed on all the other constructs and timelines. And
Can I just say one thing?
oh yeah, so you know, we had disagreements where we compromised, but there were some of those that were difficult for some of our members, and they want to say something about it. Sure.
I just feel obligated to just say why I personally support winding down the e-bike program. But again, I want to thank you. It's been very effective, and I'm going to sign the agreement. I think we came to a good spot. But this is the concern I have. I have constituents that have reached out to me that said, I want to get this rebate, but if I try to buy the bike online, it'd be $400 and I wouldn't get the rebate. So I have to buy it from the bike shop at $600, and then they get the rebate back down to $400. So I'm just worried that this isn't helping the most vulnerable Vermonters as well as these dollars might with other committed resources like public transportation. And when I looked at the climate action plan, it just had the least bang for its buck with emissions reductions. That's why I supported removing the e-bike program, and I'm optimistic that we might get those federal monies for it, but I just wanted to put that out there as to why I came from a position of not thinking this was the best use of our scarce resources. But thank you for all your hard work, and I look forward to signing the committee of conference.
I feel the same. Thank you for the hard work. The negotiations were really in great faith, but we got $1.9 million coming for e-bikes. I think it's kind of small peanuts. Keep keep on pounding on that, so I'm gonna leave it alone. But, I think we could have used that money elsewhere, especially in public transit, where, most of these e-bikes are being used for recreation and not travel to go around with. And we have $1.9 million coming down the pipe to take $70,000 where we could have used it better elsewhere. In my opinion, I would have more favored that, but I will in good faith and wholeheartedly sign this agreement and appreciate everybody that came and negotiated in good faith.
We appreciate it. I do think last year we did some important work in our community to make sure that nobody is, the e-bike is not going for recreational bikes, that it is going towards people who are using them in place of cars. So we just appreciate the good faith. There was a lot of good negotiations that happened. When everybody feels bad about a few things, it's usually a good sign that things have gone well. So, I think we experienced some heartburn about the third time, with Green Mountain Transit funding, but we know that, I think we all agree that we can't let Green Mountain Transit fail, and hopefully they'll, hoping that the message gets through that we can also work with them to get back on their feet and, serving Vermonters.
Right.
So looking forward to signing off on this. Thank you all. Appreciate the negotiations and compromises that we've all made.
Is that the copy?
Yes, so I asked, in the interest of time, I asked for just a couple at the moment, so there'd be at least one for you all to sign, and then we can make more copies if people want.
Well, I think if we're ready to sign, we could just sign, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's kind of what, we don't do both, we just sign.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we have done it.
Yeah.
All right, oh, and it's on the back. It's even better.
I don't know, I guess chair.
Yes, I think chairs perhaps.
Yeah, special thanks.
I need a special pen. I don't even have a pen.
I'll give you my pen.
Blue pen.
Pen's better.
Do you want to sign this, chair?
Sure, and then we'll pass it. Mind if we just go around?
No.
Okay, here we go. The pen's terrific.
I want it to be alphabetical.
Deal breaker if I don't sign next.
Here we go.
Let's sign that.
E-bikes are coming back in.
Then where does it go from here?
I think that I look to like council, I believe it, then we have to let the clerk.
Yes,
Does it go back to the house?
Yeah,
It was a house bill.
Right.
it's a house
Yeah.
bill, but I think I can't remember which one it starts.
Yeah, I wanna say it goes
Start in the
back to the
Senate,
house.
but I think
Originally,
it was
but-
excellent. Yeah, I would start by taking it to the house.
Yeah. Okay.
'Cause that's-
So look at this, okay, gosh, I can't lose this, right? I'll get that to Betsy, but if there's, we're meeting several times a day, so we'll see where this gets on. Yeah. Thank you so much, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you.
Take care.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Now we can